Hi, Sharks. My name is Dr. Stacy Whitman. I'm a board-certified pediatric dentist from Portland, Oregon, and I'm here today seeking $200,000 for 10% equity of my company. Now, Sharks, with millions of people seeing your beautiful smiles every week, I'm sure you floss daily, and you should, because cavities and gum disease are two of the most chronic diseases globally. Well, are you ready for me to drop some more truth bombs?
Oh my God. Whoa.
Sharks, this is only 3,000 flossers repurposed from my dental office. If you use single-use plastic every day to floss your teeth, you will create nearly 30,000 pieces of trash in your lifetime. That's 10 times this amount. Now, these plastic flossers will take nearly 400 years or more to break down, if they ever do, potentially releasing plastics, microtoxins, and microplastics into our soil, oceans, and eventually our bodies. Sharks, say goodbye to petroleum-based plastics and say hello to Happi Floss. Happi Floss is the world's first flosser designed for true compostability. It's made of layers of post-consumer recycled paper, making it biodegradable, breaking down in under 1 year. No toxins, no microplastics, just clean soil. It's good for you and it's good for our planet. So who's with me, Sharks? Who wants to help me create happier teeth and a healthier planet together? In front of you are your own flossers to check out and get to flossing.
Woo! All right, I love it. I just it's so easy to think like, why don't the big players do it like this? I think I've gotten a couple of business cards over the years that had like seeds implanted in the card. So like, you put the card in and into like some soil, like you plant in some soil, and then water it and give it some sunlight, and boom, you have like a whole big bunch of like flowers that pop out of a business card. So like, why not do more things like that? Like kids would love to plant a whole garden that way, or just not have microplastics going through everybody's system like we perpetually are having more and more running through our systems as the years go by, which is disturbing to say the least. But 200,000 for 10%. Me personally, I floss say every other day to every third day, generally speaking. I don't floss every single day, brush twice a day, but not necessarily floss every single day. At least one doctor that I know, that's from the advice of at least one dentist that I know. So, it's like, you should floss, but like, you don't have to necessarily floss every single day. I think, I tend to know when there's things like stuck in my teeth, and when there is, you break the floss out, and generally speaking, every, like I said, 1 to 3 days we're doing that. So anyway, it just makes so much sense. This is it's a one-time use thing. It doesn't have to be a big deal. Like, it doesn't have to like be so rigid necessarily. It's just got to be enough to get you through, and then it's done. So anytime we can get rid of all these, single-use plastics, I'm all for it. Except for, plastic bags. I wish we could just like kind of curtail that more than just eliminating it. Though I think in a few episodes back, or a while back, I was talking about how now we don't have plastic bags at the grocery store, so we have all these reusable bags. But then they were piling up around my house because I didn't want to get rid of them. And we do use the bags a little bit here and there. But like, I didn't have a way of getting rid of them. Now they finally have implemented a way at my local grocery store for us to bring them back. Because it's like every time we would place an order, we go to pick up that order, they're bringing bags out, and I'm just stockpiling these bags. So we got some of them away. Anyway, at the end of this video, we're going to check out Dr. Stacy Whitman's website, social media, and as well as feature one of your comments from down below in the super community. So I'm looking forward to that. Stay tuned for that.
So this is like the ones that we all know, we see in the store. Yours is really very, very similar, but it's paper.
Correct. So most floss picks right now are made of petroleum-based plastics, and I'm sure you've read about microplastics being found now in our blood, in our soil, in our water.
How do you come up with this idea?
So I was at a dental conference in Hawaii, and I was walking to the conference, and I was shocked as I walked along the marina and the shore with how much trash was on the shoreline in the ocean. And as I looked closer, I noticed all these plastic flossers. And I had this epiphany because I encourage parents of small children to use floss picks because it's so much easier than using string. The oral healthcare industry, it's a $5 billion industry. Flossers make up about $500 million of that. So when I saw those flossers in Hawaii, and I paired that with me telling parents, you need to floss your kids' teeth, and I'm in Portland, Oregon, where people are very conscientious about the environment, parents would come into me and say, nope, we're not flossing. I can't use the string, and I'm not using plastic flossers. No, thank you. And I'd say, wait, your child might get cavities here, you know.
So they felt that strongly against flossing their children's teeth because of plastic?
Plastic.
Which, I mean,
it kills me every time I put one of these into the trash can with my own kids. Like, I want to buy this. I want to be a consumer of this.
All right, hold on a second. So, well, as somebody that grew up around marinas, more than I care to, because I don't really care for the boating aspect of, well, boating, and I get seasick in the water if the boat's just like sitting there out in the water and just rocking back and forth. But as somebody who spent a lot of times in and around marinas, I can attest to, for anybody who hasn't, there's a lot of trash. I've seen all kinds of things, including adult products, floating around in in the corners and the crevices of a marina dock, and yeah, it's not great. So the single-use floss picks, that's kind of weird that there would be that many, unless somebody was like, let me dump my trash, from my boat straight into the water. Which would be pretty ridiculous to do, but obviously there's a lot of trash that floats up at those marinas, and so some people just do not care. And yes, I agree as a person who does care enough to like not want to use single plastic. I'm not gonna floss my teeth with string. It's a real pain in the butt. The pick is better. But to kind of say, well, I'm not going to use the plastic, and I'm not going to, the string's too much of a pain in the butt, so I'm just not going to floss my kids' teeth. Like, really? That seems like a pretty horrible choice too. Because like, even though plastic is bad, it will break. 400 years isn't that long. I mean, it is, but it's not like 4 million years or something. I don't know, 4,000 years. So yeah, that seems pretty terrible. That seems pretty terrible.
Wait, hold on, Lori.
Correct. This is a pre-sale prototype, and I am here. This struggle is the machinery. It is manufacturing, because this has never been made before. And that's why I'm here, is because I know what pull you have, and I want to partner.
Stacey, let me drill down on something here. Let's say we all agree on the merit of the project, okay? I learned when I was graduating, I did my project on the dental business for dental cabinetry in North America. That's what my thesis was on. And I learned that all the dental equipment in your office is controlled by 3 behemoth companies, including distribution of everything you use. Why wouldn't you take this idea to any one of those 3 and you license it to them? How could you possibly make money selling these things one at a time to a system that's already pre-established?
Well, the margins can be up to 50% on floss picks, actually.
But how are you going to sell it?
Direct to consumer.
You're not selling it yet?
I'm not selling it yet.
Okay.
These have all been handmade, and so I am here to try to get manufacturing going to get these on
why
shelves.
would you want to manufacture it when
He has a good point. Do you have a patent?
I have utility patents pending in U.S., Europe, and Canada.
But they're pending. So what's the likelihood of you getting those granted?
Very high. So the biggest...
Look, the thing is if it was easy, they would do it. And it's not, and everybody's still buying it. Until enough people say, hey, I'm not going to keep using the single-use plastics. Because even the floss, like, the string comes in a plastic container. So until enough people say, yeah, no, thank you, it's not going to change, right? So they're not going to go and invest this kind of money, well, probably more than $200,000 to get there. Now, pretty cool that she was able to hand make these, like ding ding for that, and goes to show you like make a prototype, do what you got to do to get that prototype together, and then take it from there. But obviously it's a thing. But if you can crack the how do we make paper as strong as plastic or pliable as plastic and not like just crumbles or anything, especially because water, like, when I'm before if I go to floss my teeth, like I probably have like washed my hands, I probably have already brushed my teeth, and I'll go to dry my hands, but like if my hands are even just a little bit wet, any kind of paper is gonna like give way that much easier. And that that's something like, how do you fix that problem? Do you use like a Teflon product and put more PFAS in the environment? Yeah, no, it's not a great idea either. I genuinely don't know the answer to it. And I wish I did. And I hope that Dr. Stacy Whitman, I hope you get this figured out. Cause if you crack it here, you could crack it in a lot of other ways too. A lot of other ways.
Competitor is Humble Co. If you've seen them, they are taking over the market.
So how are you going to compete against them?
I need you
Us.
to help me, and that's why I'm here.
With all due respect, we do have full-time day jobs. We need to rely on the entrepreneur, and then we can empower them and help them. But I just want to summarize the story you're telling us. I don't have a product out in the market. I have a fierce competitor. I haven't sold 1 cent, but I'm worth $2 million, and you're going to help me do everything.
Well, I do a pre-sale. So we did a crowdfunding last year, and I've done pre-sales through my office also, about $100,000 to date.
Okay, so what are you selling these for?
So we started at $12.99 for a 30-pack, which is very high. So
that's crazy.
We know when manufacturing happens that we will get the price point down.
But you're not even entertaining going to a manufacturer that already does this?
I don't know who to go to. I don't know who to go to.
You're a dentist and you don't know the 3 suppliers?
They're not interested in this. This is a consumer product. This will be a direct-to-consumer product.
I totally disagree with you. I mean, my goodness, I can't even imagine you going into the manufacturing of dental floss. I mean, that's like a joke. And for that reason, I'm out.
I mean, some of the thing of it, the dental floss itself probably is made out of Teflon. It's probably made out of Teflon. And we're putting that in our mouths, which isn't great. If I had to guess, I don't know that for sure, but yeah, that's it. I never really thought about it.
So your heart is in the right place. Your caring about the environment is in the right place. What you don't know is to go ahead and manufacture these requires a person to be running that business full time and, doing so many things that you don't know anything about. Not to say you couldn't figure it out, but I have to say I agree with Kevin. It would be a much better route for you and much easier to give it to somebody who's in that space already, and you'll get a royalty. So for me, there's nothing to invest in at this moment. I wish you good luck, but I'm out.
Thank you.
Dr. Whitman, like Lori said, that your heart is in the right place and you want to solve several issues. I really, really applaud that. But I don't think this business is investable at this moment. And for that reason, I'm out.
Thank you.
Well, that's disappointing. I would like to think that they could see a path. Like I always say there's always a way, right? We got to look at a different perspective, figure out another avenue to make it work. And if Dr. Whitman wants to manufacture it, it definitely is a whole nother business. And I think even at $200,000 for 10% is not going to get. It's probably not going to get you there, right? So you're probably going to have to raise more money. And then you got to market the product, right? Like not only it doesn't just sell itself. I mean, in some ways it does, but you're still competing against other players. And on the environmental consciousness of it, I don't know is going to be enough to push it. I kind of agree. I think that, trying to get a license, get the patent, get that secured, go get a licensing deal, and then you can buy it for yourself and get some kind of royalty kickback from it, and go down that road. I don't think if she doesn't get a deal here, I don't think it's the end of the road for her. I don't think it's dead, but clearly there's a lot to still be done and still figured out.
That you would be using my money for tuition. Like now, I would have to try to take 50% of the company, and then all of a sudden, I would be figuring it out with you, and then we figure out maybe it's not going where you want to go, and now I own 50% of your dream. Or, in a certain amount of time, at your pace, because you got a day job, you'll figure out those answers. It's just a little too early at the moment, so I'm out.
Stacy, you have one shark left.
Stacy, every entrepreneur has different types of challenges. And in your particular case, business is not your background. You've got the mission, which is admirable. You've got the brain power to figure out how to get there, but you don't have any of the business chops at all. And that makes you completely dependent on somebody else. And I just don't think I can overcome those issues for you. So for that reason, I'm out.
I don't love that Mark went there. We only get like how do we gain experience, or we fail so that we gain experience for things. And Damon's not wrong, right? It is tuition money. We because we have three strings we pull on, right? The time, energy, and money. That's the three things that we have to be able to pull on. And I don't know if Dr. Whitman was about to say, well, I quit being a doctor, or I've put other people in place so I don't have to be there every day because I want to chase this instead, or chase this in a more driven way. If Dr. Whitman has her own practice, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure if she does or doesn't. It kind of sounds like she does. It's really not fair for you to say that if she does. It's not really fair for you to say, oh, well, she doesn't have the business chops to do it. Yeah, coming in and looking for the sharks to be your everything to figuring this out and offering a whole 10% is not necessarily a great strategy to come into. I know I personally would not be looking to let me give you $20,000 or $30,000 and I'm gonna figure it out with you, and not just figure it out, but because I'm here to help. But at the same time, like I have my own companies I'm running as well, and other businesses that I'm involved in. So. I don't want to be full time in one thing. It would limit me from being able to help more people. It would limit me to be here with the super community, right? And making these videos. So I just don't think that was a great talk from Mark there about kind of like shining right. Like none of them do, right? Nobody comes out of the womb with these experiences or business chops. We do things, we fail, we take a measurement and say, okay, well, what can we do next? And we build upon the experiences that we have.
Good luck.
I appreciate all your advice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, somebody maybe change their mind.
I didn't get a deal, but I still look at it as a success because I gained so much information and advice from the sharks, and I'm spreading the message about.
Yes, absolutely. All right, let's check out the website. I don't know why the video stopped so abruptly. I think maybe something got mixed up in the editing process here. But the world's first flosser designed to be truly compostability. I still can't say it. Compostability. All right, so we still don't necessarily have a product to buy, looks like, but love seeing faces. Do we go to shop? Okay, so it's our successful Indiegogo campaign is now complete, and Happi Floss team is hard at work at securing investors and building the machinery needed to create our first batch of 1 million flossers. Be the first to know when Happi Floss is available. So you know, I think that she is on the path. It's going to take more time, right? It's going to take more time and energy on her part to get where she wants to go. I love her glasses. I love your glasses, by the way, Dr. Webber. That is, they are just such a statement with each pair there. So anyway, we got 3,800 followers over on Instagram. Quite a bit of engagement. So there's definitely passionate people that want to reduce those microplastics in the world, and this is a step towards that. So Facebook, we have 98 likes, and some people, a little bit of engagement. Well, not much. This is 2021 was the last time, or 4 days ago was the last time posted on Facebook, but before that was 2021. Which, look, there's only so much you can promote when you don't actually have the product in hand, so it's totally understandable. Twitter, we got 7 followers, and over on TikTok, we got 46.9 nice thousand followers. Ding ding, 701,000 likes. Absolutely love it to see that there. Quite a few views. I'm sure there's probably a couple of videos that probably really popped off and made it happen. So, all right. Anyway, Dr. Stacey Whitman, I'd love to have you here on the channel for an interview. Just drop a comment down below. Like Joseph Stearman, who says, thanks, Joe. I have a small family business and we love watching and learning. Well, I appreciate you having you and having you and your family here to watch these videos and learn. I'm here to learn. You're here to learn. We're all here to learn and grow together. So let's grow. And I'll see you in one of these 2 videos over here. I appreciate you. And now go be super. Go do something awesome in the world.